news. Another breaking news. The San Francisco 49ers have just signed free agent wide receiver Demarcus Robinson to a 2-year deal per the reports. Free agent wide receiver Mark Demarcus Robinson to a 2-year deal per the reports. Now, this is the only other player so far that's been signed to a multi-year deal for the San Francisco 49ers. The only other player that has been signed to a multi-year deal to the San Francisco 49ers. First player was the tight end, Mr. Luke. That's what we'll call him, Uncle Luke. And now Demarcus Robinson gets a 2-year deal per Ian Rappaport worth up to $9.5 million, and it's a $6 million guarantee on the deal. So it's a $6 million guarantee on the deal, and the deal has incentives to where it can be worth up to $9.5 million. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Demarcus Robinson because this was one of the free agents I wanted to sign from the Los Angeles Rams. I always like getting players from teams in our like division, like you know what I mean, conference division, especially the division. I do, especially a player I felt like routed us up. Now, this is a veteran wide receiver. He's been in the league for a while. I said that the Niners were going to go after veterans on cheaper deals and some of these younger kind of mid-tier deal players on these 1-year contracts. Jax Knox says, welcome Demarcus Robinson. That's right. We got to welcome him. Robinson is 30 years old, so he's entering that age. I wanted Cooper Cup, but we got Demarcus Robinson. It's all Gucci. All right. It's all Gucci. 203 pounds. He stands at 6'1". All right. He was the 126th pick in the 2016 draft. All right. 2016 draft. Let's just take a look what he did last year for the Los Angeles Rams. As I'm looking at his stats last year, he saw 891 snaps. All right. As far as receiving, he was out there. He had 60 targets, 31 receptions off of 60 targets, 505 yards, 7 touchdowns. 7 touchdowns for the Rams. I really like what he did a couple of years ago for the Los Angeles Rams when Cooper Cup went down with the injury. This is a kid with speed, too. Like, he's got speed. And so the Niners, I feel like he's going to replace the Chris Conley wide receiving position, the veteran in the building. They bring in Demarcus Robinson. I thought that they would move on from Chris Conley, which they may still bring him back, but they decided to go a different route when it comes to Demarcus Robinson, a guy that can line up outside. It looks like he gets outside snaps, 199 snaps in the slot as well. Most of his snaps are at wide out for a 6-foot receiver. You know what I'm saying? Going pro says I look like Drake. Yeah, man. I mean, Drake looks like me, and he sings like me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the older guy, so it is what it is. But I do like what the San Francisco 49ers, again, are doing. I'm patient. I'm optimistic about this. His best offensive grade game came against the Seattle Seahawks. So he's a Seattle Seahawks killer. That's right. And when I say killer, I don't mean it in a negative way. But his best game came against the Seattle Seahawks, where he had 94 yards in that game. He didn't have 100 yards at all last season in any games, but the closest that he got to 100 yards was against the Seattle Seahawks. He saw 8 targets for 6 receptions, and he had 2 touchdowns. And again, he finished last year with a total of 7 touchdowns. All right, so we welcome Demarcus Robinson as well as we welcome all the other new free agent signings here in San Francisco. Demarcus Robinson is about to be a 49er. I think he makes this roster, especially with the 6 million guaranteed. I really feel like he's going to make this roster because that's a lot of guarantees to put in a guy. But he's going to be here. He's the veteran in the building. He's the guy that's going to help group some of these wide receivers that we have and kind of groom them into shape. It's kind of like getting a guy like Emmanuel Sanders in a trade a few years back. All right, a few years back. So I definitely like this pick. You know what I'm saying? I think Demarcus Robinson, he was one of my free agents that I wanted to go get. I said if we're going to go veteran wide receiver, this is the guy that we need to get from the Los Angeles Rams. Check it out on one of my old episodes. Not sure which one it is. A minor. Y'all crazy out there. Y'all crazy out there. I love it. I love it. I like doing these. Like, you know what I'm saying? Change this annoying view. This is how I'm live on YouTube. This is how they got it set up for me to go live this way, man. I'm sorry you don't like the view. I apologize for those that don't like this new formatting, but this is how I'm going live for my breaking news is because 9 times out of 10 when news breaks, I'm gonna be on my cell phone. So I do apologize. You know what I'm saying? For those that don't like the annoying view. Steve O. Appreciate you though. Appreciate you. So look, the Niners again, not big money into this contract, 9.5 million worth up to 9.5 million. And again, 6 million fully guaranteed for the wide receiver, Demarcus Robinson. Welcome to the Bay. I'm about to jump on my Bleacher Report right now, but I thank y'all for tuning in. And again, when the news breaks, I'm gonna hit you guys up. You dig? Love y'all. Keep it faithful to the Bay.